Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here's your quick guide for the Pied Piper Trophy achievement, which you get in the Call of Duty campaign and the mission Rats of Tobruk. Most important thing I showed you here, you want to grab the throwing knives and you want to grab the MP40 silence right before you get to the area. First things first, avoid this. Obviously, get into the house. One important thing that you want to note is that you can, of course, load a checkpoint if you get seen. I'll show you that because I get seen at one point. But the first section here, where there's probably 12 enemies and there's a Jeep, you're going to want to follow along the left, right? And of course, these two annoying guys that are on your team, they will get in your way. They will do everything they can to deter you from getting the trophy achievement. One thing I've noticed though is I don't think they can actually distract, or they won't shoot anybody without your instructions, right? So they're not that bad. But first things first, follow on the left side here. These guys will kind of follow behind. But see that guy who's kind of hanging out up top? When you start progressing towards the left side, he will eventually go away. So he's looking down on those two guys, and he's going to eventually just get called back and walk away. And then you're going to want to use your silence MP40 to take out these two guys on the left, or you can use a throwing knife. Either one, whatever you're more skilled at, just make sure you take them out. Open up that trail so you can kind of progress to the next area, right? So, one thing I did when I looked, I was like, oh man, there are really a lot of enemies, but, you can really sneak by them in this desert area pretty easy if you know what you're doing. Take your time. Don't rush while shooting and killing them. Take your time, slowly kill them. Get rid of them. And then one thing I think I want to also note, don't stand up and run. Just kind of crouch and power crouch walk your way through the desert area. That's probably the best advice I would give you. Let them do whatever. They're kind of dumb. They'll get in their way. One thing here is as soon as you get here, enemies are going to spawn and they're going to start heading towards you. So you're going to want to quickly go to the right and then follow up the middle. Here is my first time getting it, and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know that they were going to come up this quickly, and I thought maybe they were going to turn around, but nope, they eventually just kind of find us, and then I load a checkpoint, and what do you know? On to the next one, right? But just want to show you that you can get past the first section and load a checkpoint without getting seen, and it still counts. Alright, so at this point I just kind of gave up. I was like, you know what, they already saw me. What the hell? Load your checkpoint, but you actually have to redo that spot, right? So we already showed you how to do that. So this one, as soon as you get past underneath that little bridge, kill those two guys, come here into the middle. One thing I also want to note when you get into this little middle section is you want to just progress into that old temple / ruin as soon as possible, because if not, the other enemies will kind of quickly come up to you and kind of ruin your path. So as soon as I waited here in this middle section, kind of surveyed the area, I took too long, and then those guys in the distance right there in the far left, they kind of came up and kind of ruined everything I was doing. So here, don't wait here. Instead, just kind of progress forward like right here. So get to the middle area and then go straight to that temple. And then once you're in that temple, there's kind of a lot going on in there. One of the most important things about that temple though is you kind of want to just go to the left and kill that guy and then push forward. I was kind of waiting around. We're waiting to see what those patrol guys are doing. If you do that, you're more likely to get caught. I was able to just kind of go to the left here, get it done with no problem. So that's what I would recommend. There's a guy there to the right. If you can hurry up in here, you can ignore him. Don't even have to deal with him. Kill this guy and then move forward, and the trophy should be yours. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys on another video.